Good morning, everyone. Amy here, one of the co-founders of the 7 Effect, here for the 7 Effect morning show. It is Saturday. It's actually a beautiful day, and we are heading up to Crystal Brook. Luke plays for the Crystal Brook Roosters football team. You may have seen, would have been a fair few weeks ago. He's driving, by the way, so don't worry. I'm not driving and doing this, but we are in the car. So a fair few weeks ago, I did interview Luke around his life, leadership and lifestyle business lessons, because he does have a little business on the side as well. And all of his lessons, being coach for the footy team and a player. So we are actually now, this is game 2 of the season, so it's only just started, but had a good run so far. So this morning I just wanted to go through and talk, and I guess the topic of the area is all through life, leadership and lifestyle business. So it's kind of one tool or topic or an area to think about that relates to all of those areas. So it's kind of 1 in 3 that I'm going through. So excuse any of the bumps and things, because we're also driving. Hey Mandy, how you doing? Please, if anyone's watching or listening or jumps on, I'll mention this again, but feel free to ask any questions or share what's going on in your world at the moment, because that's what the morning show is all about, is to get in and connect. Obviously share with what we can, but for everyone else to share. So I wanted to talk about the situation or the position or where you are right now. If you're feeling stuck or not sure where to go or having trouble moving forward, and you know that, hey Helen, how you doing? That unfortunately the situation that you're in now is all to do with you, but fortunately the situation that you're in is all to do with you. You are in control, and you can change your life, your situation, how you feel, how you communicate with others, the relationships that you have. Hey Evelyn, how you doing? You can change all of that. It is all up to you. And I was doing a bit of reading the other day, and I came across a blog that was talking about focusing on your progress and making progress and change and developing, which was all around, how we set goals. Hey Kath, how you doing? All around setting goals, which is what we're obviously all about. But it talked about progress. Hey Evelyn. Progress is all about your daily decisions that you make, and those daily decisions obviously then snowball or have a domino effect in where you go in your life and what happens. So I just found it really interesting, because that is where we are with goals, and you set your goals, but you need to make action towards them. So it's all well and good to say, great, well, in 6 months time I will weigh 60 kilos and be able to run 10 kilometers without stopping or running out of breath or keeling over onto the footpath or something like that. But unless you start taking action and start moving towards that goal, you are going to find it very hard to achieve that goal. So those actions are then your daily decisions, and the daily decisions you make will help you get closer and closer towards your goals. So it's a bit bumpy here at the moment. So you're saying that what I love is that your decisions are only as good as the information that you have at hand. And it got me thinking about this world that we live in, or what your map of the world is. What my map of the world is different to everybody else's. Hi Sarah, yes, we love the country footy as well. So it's the Roosters this weekend, so we're hoping for another win. It's the Crystal Brook Roosters playing Orroroo in Crystal Brook. So I'll keep you guys posted with the winners. Hopefully it'll be the Roosters. I'm sure it will be. They're a great team this year. But yeah, I was talking about that, it's only as good as the information that you have at hand. And in the world that we live in, we have a ridiculous and infinite amount of information that we have available to us, and that's, I think, as well, the information that we seek. So we can go looking for information and do research and find that. Oh, hey Mel, how you doing? Mel, you'd be good around this in terms of the information and research and studies. So we can actually go and find and be information seekers and find information ourselves. But there's also a lot of thanks Helen, I'll let Luke know. Helen said go Roosters. But there's also the information that I don't want to say sort of forced upon us, but it's almost the unconscious information that we get every day. So we get things like, you know, through social media, through the news, through advertising and newspapers, you know, even through friends and family. And all the information that we're getting may be true, maybe not. And it all comes down to, you know, what you believe to be true, but also then whether that belief is serving you or not. So, you know, if you have a belief that all men are evil, sorry, Lee, but if you have a belief that all men are evil, is that actually serving you if you're a female or a male and want to get into a relationship with a male? All men being evil, and that's your unconscious thought process, that's not really going to serve you with the goal to meet someone and be in a relationship. Yes, that's the thing, Sarah. It just blows my mind how much information is out there. And Sarah said we definitely need to consciously filter it. That is so true. And question it, I think, as well. Because our brain, unconsciously, you know how our reticular activation system works, or, you know, the way our brain processes information is it already kind of decides what's important to us based on what we're focusing on. So it's great because if you've got a really clear goal and you're focusing on that, it's going to filter information that's going to help you achieve that. But if we're not clear and our mind's on other things, it's going to filter the not so good information or the bad information or the information that's not going to serve us. It's going to filter that information, thinking that, you know, that's what we're looking for and that's what we need. So that's then not a beneficial thing. So I think be really questioning and curious and get the right information that serves you with your goals that you're looking to achieve. So in getting back to then making the decisions every day, yes, that's right, Mel, we find what we look for. Yes, and critically remain curious. Yeah, I think that's it, Helen and Mel. If we start to seek out information and be objective, so that's it, be critical, be objective, look at things from each side, and even some great NLP techniques is where you actually physically or mentally or physically take on another person's role when looking at information or when faced with a situation. It can make a real difference then with how you actually take on that information and read that situation. So that's a really cool technique to actually put yourself in somebody else's shoes and pick actually somebody, you know, that would be, you know, have a different opinion on that situation or information to you, and actually step into their shoes or their role. So yes, there are, you know, our brains are just amazing, and there's still, I think, so much information to find out about what they're capable and what they can do. You know, we used to think that, you know, the brain was, you know, like a computer. It just basically, it runs on a program and that's it. And you can, you know, update the software by updating skills and learn behaviors and things like that. But now, wow, the whole, you know, neuroplasticity of our brain, and that it can be molded and changed. It's really fantastic, and it's really, really cool stuff. But, you know, who knows then over the next 10 years what we'll find out as well. So, and Helen has said, yeah, and what Brene Brown speaks of, it's easy to align from our mob, so to validate rather than challenge our thinking. It is. It's much easier to fall into the crowd. And, you know, that comes from, you know, as well with our brains developing, we still have this unconscious tribal, I don't want to die sort of mindset. And that you don't want to be separated from the crowd or the tribe, because, you know, back then that could lead to death. So you didn't want to do anything that would, you know, cut you out of the tribe or get you kicked out or have you segregated or separated. So yeah, you would go along with the majority, and that's, you know, so many things over history where, you know, mob mentality and mob rules and all these sorts of things just go completely out of control. And it's not until somebody actually, you know, steps outside and says, hang on a minute, this is just not right, and stands up for what they truly believe. So yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, you know, even over history, how much us as humans and society and cultures change and grow and develop and everything based on, aligning yourself with the group, because there's a huge amount of fear around being segregated or not being a member. So one of the things I was also reading in that, you know, in helping you to make the right daily decisions that will help you get towards your goal. Yeah, Helen, social media is a perfect example. And even as well, social media, I think with the bad news, and you know, I don't watch the news anymore, and I haven't for years, so I'm a bit, what's going on? And somebody will message me like, oh, I had no idea. And they're like, what do you mean? You know, have you been living under a rock? It's like, well, I read the paper of the weekend, but I don't watch the news, because it's just all hyped up bad, negative stuff, and I don't have enough information to be objective enough as to whether that, or how true that is or not. But I know people jump on and, you know, think that is true and correct, you know, that you know buying certain things or having certain things are going to kill us, and that, you know, all these people are dodgy and these bad things, or if you do this, something bad will happen. You know, that seems to be the common, you know, on the current affairs and the Today Tonights and things. Look, there's good stories as well. I'm not saying it's all bad, but there's a lot of hype around, you know, don't do this, or this will happen, and it's, you know, it's like a catastrophe, and you know, the worst thing possible. And then with social media, the opportunity for things to gain momentum now, because we have, you know, we're so accessible to each other online. Oh, it's just ridiculous how some things can completely take off, and, you know, and then later on, you know, that whole thing, you don't let the truth get in the way of a good story, because then later on you find that that actually wasn't the real or the full story that was happening. So yeah, it's phenomenal then how things can gain momentum and traction and get a life of their own, and suddenly they're, yeah, you know, the bad news spreads. So we're just picking up one of the footy players on the right here. So excuse me guys while we get someone join in the car. We did pre-warn him that I'd be doing the live video, so he'll be jumping in. As we do heading up to the country, we pick up people on the way. Hey Sarah, how are you? I missed our last catch up, which I was spewing about, but I'll have to organise another one. Maybe I'll organise one at home so people can come and visit. We've just got another, so we've got Elise in the car. And Laz, hey Laz, on our way to the footy. So Elise has joined us on Monday night, our new international student from France, and last night it was awesome. She was showing me through where she lives, and right next to Geneva, near Switzerland, so right next to Mont Blanc, and oh, it was amazing. Some of the things, you know, she's already been so many places all around the world and Europe, and I was like, oh, I want to go there. So I said to Luke, we're going to definitely have to plan a trip and go for a visit now that we know someone over there. But yeah, she's fitted in straight away. Welcome to the family, and yeah, it's really great, really enjoying that. But anyway, I digress. So back to the daily decisions, and I was reading through, and it actually which I've got some notes here because I thought it was a great article, and it said the steps to help you or to encourage you to make the right daily decisions in doing that is to get, which is what we do when we coach and when we work with people around designing their ultimate life, is get really, really clear and really honest with where you are right now. So where are you right now, and get really, really clear and honest about that. I'm just watching Luke navigate some cones, and with where he's going, I think he thought he could cut down the side, and now he has to cut back in. It's interesting when we're driving, and I'm doing this the morning show on the road show. I don't know if he can sneak through. Anyway, he's sneaking through, and we might knock over some cones on the way. I'm not sure exactly what he's doing. It's very interesting as we're driving. Anyway, I digress again. I'm worried that we don't want to have an accident while we're going live to the Facebook community with the 7 Effect. So you want to get really, really clear on where you are now and be really honest with that. I've had a lot of coaching calls. I'm doing a free 30-minute coaching call session for anyone that's part of our life design school. So jump on over there if you are not a member already, and the link is in the about section to just book in a 30-minute session. And we work with people, because it's only 30 minutes, I'm asking them what their one goal is that they would like to achieve over the next 12 months. And it's been really interesting to me that sometimes that goal that I'm given or that I'm told is actually not the real goal. So when your goal is not your goal, I thought of, because you know, for example, someone might set a goal and they want to lose weight, and losing weight, you know, obviously that's a goal, but then getting curious around that of, well, why do you want to lose weight? Oh, because I'll be fitter, I'll feel healthier and happier. Okay, great. So what will that give you, or what will that provide you? Oh, well, then I'll be more outgoing and I'll be more confident. Okay, great. What will being more outgoing and confident bring you? And then it might be, oh, well then I'm hoping that I'll meet someone and be able to get into a relationship. And it's sort of like, okay, so that then tends to be or the end goal or the reason why. So getting honest about that. So, you know, a few more questioning and things like that. But the real goal can then tend to be to get into a relationship and meet someone. And to do that, it's seen really is to be happy within yourself and confident and do all those sorts of things. And one of the factors or one of the goals along that path could be to get fitter and healthier. So getting really clear but being really, really honest on what you want is that first step. The next step, which is what we do. So when people do our life audit as well as part of Life Design School, is then getting really clear on where you want to be. So it's all well and good knowing the situation you're in or knowing what you don't want. We get that a lot when we're working with people. People are really clear on what they don't want. So say, okay, great. So, you know, how would you like to be in your mindset? Oh, well, I don't want to, you know, have a crazy racing around, you know, monkey mind, and I don't want this and I don't want that. It's like, okay, great, but what do you want? And it can be a tricky thing to actually get really clear on what you do want, because we tend to revert to what we don't want. So getting really, really clear then on what we do want, because once you're clear on where you are and what you do want in your life, it's really easy to then make the daily decisions that close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. So getting really clear on all of those things really then helps you close the gap, and those daily decisions then become easier, which helps you to progress and makes it clearer, because then you have the information. Getting back to all of that information, you then have the information that you need to help close that gap and make those daily decisions. So I just thought that was kind of a cool way of looking at it, being critical or, you know, constructive or objective around the information that even that you've gathered or that other people are sharing with you or telling you that you're getting from social media or any form of media, any of the information that you're getting. So make sure you've got the right information and then the right information for you. So really clear on where you are at the moment. So with that, really honest, really clear, and even ask yourself, sometimes even with myself, I use sort of like the 5 whys, because I might have a goal of, you know, I want to travel overseas. Well, why do you want to travel overseas? Oh, because I think it would be great to experience a different culture. Okay, why would you like to experience a different culture? So, well, because I think it would, you know, enhance my life, my perspective, to see a different world, a different culture. I can learn and grow. Okay, so why do you want to learn and grow? And you can kind of just break things down to get really, really clear on why you want that goal to travel overseas, and then it makes it even easier to help get you there and make those daily decisions. So, you know, if I skip the buying a morning coffee of a morning, well, then I've made that daily decision to consciously to not purchase that coffee, because I know that $4, $5 or whatever it is going to my holiday account, because by going on a holiday I can expand my knowledge and experience of new cultures and going overseas. So in a roundabout way it can work like that. So that's what I will leave you with this morning before I keep chatting away. Get really, really clear on where you are right now in all the different areas of your life. Break them down as much as you can. So we of course have our 7 elements of life, so you can break them all down. So brain, body, being, love, time, money and passion. So any of those, they're our elements, but you know, obviously there's other groupings that you can have, and put that through. Get really, really clear on where you are. Get even more clear, and the more detail the better, in where you want to be. So, you know, what thoughts you have, how it feels, how it looks, you know, where it is, how it is, all of the more detailed you are, the better. And then consciously, as you're making decisions each day, use that information to help you progress and get you closer to your goals. So I hope that has helped you this morning. Thanks everyone for joining me. Thanks Kath for joining me, and Sarah. It was great to catch up with everyone this morning. I will just flag, I have my Ultimate Goals Club intensive that starts on Thursday night. It's a 9-week transformation program. So if you or you know anyone that might be interested, it's Thursday evenings, every Thursday night for 9 weeks. We work together on getting your clear plan for the next 12 months set up, and work through any of the blockages or things that maybe beliefs that are limiting you or anything that's holding you back from getting there, and we're working through that so that you've got a clear plan and a great group of people that you'll be working with over that 9 weeks, but a clear plan for the next 12 months and beyond, and creating some habits to help you get there. So if you're interested in anything like that, please get in touch and let me know. Thanks again, guys. Thanks Helen, thanks Kath, thanks everyone for joining me, and Mel and Sarah. Sylvia, oh sorry Sylvia, you just jumped in, but I'm just saying goodbye to everybody. You'll have to watch it back later. Hopefully there's some little bits of information there that will help you guys with your daily decisions that help you progress towards your goals. Have a great rest of the Saturday, guys. Everyone please, be praying if you pray, or wishful thinking, or sending out the good thoughts for a win today for the Crystal Brook Roosters, and we'll see you next Saturday in the morning show, but throughout the week on our Facebook page. Thanks. Not online, is it, Helen? Is that the football you're talking about, or I'm not sure, Helen, what's not online? If you're typing away, I'll just hang on here for a sec, but I'm talking about the football, but I'm not sure if you'll be with the football. It's not going to be online or anything like that for country footy. But what was I talking about that you might be thinking of online? The masterclass, the Ultimate Goals Club. Is that that would be what you think about? I've got a football brain. It's not online. It's not online. It's a face-to-face one, Helen. So it is here in Adelaide. But yeah. Thanks, Helen. So yes, the Ultimate Goals Club Intensive, it's going to be in Adelaide, held in the CBD. So it's from 6:30 till 9, so it's an evening intensive session for each week over the 9 weeks. So I've got 2 places left available, with a couple of people have asked to pencil things in. So that'll be here, Helen. So but if you know anyone, of course, obviously please share and let me know. It's a great way to get a foot in the door in terms of a goals club and how it works, and how to create some habits and establish and set up some goals. So if anyone's keen or interested, please get in touch and let me know, or comment in here. Well, the information is also on our website, and the event is also on our Facebook page as well. You can check it out. But anyway, have a great Saturday, everyone. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. And here's to a win today, and the rest of a beautiful Saturday. See you guys.